to City Hall until they make 58 West Hastings 100% welfare and pension rate housing. Is that right? So what happened there? We stormed City Hall. We got there earlier than they did. It's their job to get there at 8:30. We got there at 8:30. We weren't even there yet. We blocked every door. We turned these bureaucrats, these suits and ties away. They went crying home. Actually, a lot of them stayed. It was like, take a day off, guys. But they stayed around, and we stopped them from doing their shit for 4 hours. We took City Hall, and we fought the police. We stopped them from coming in. They faced off with us, and they saw our power, and they were scared. They ran away scared. Right? That's not that. That was you. We did it together, guys. We did this together. So this is a lesson for us, right? What happens when you go and have a meeting with the mayor? They lie. Right? When you have meetings with politicians, they lie. What happens when we take power? Good stuff. Good stuff. We can win, guys. We can win. So, we know that at this moment, this guy, he's not coming back. On October 20th, he's going to try to sneak away. He's gone. Same with a lot of these guys. They're not coming back. A lot of them are coming back, but those are the ones that promised us 58, right? They're trying to get away with breaking their promise. And it's just like, I don't know, going on to be CEOs of like all awful companies and stuff like that. What's happening on October 20th? There's going to be an election. There's going to be a whole new council. There's going to be a new mayor. And then this is our opportunity to make them hear us, all right? We know they're going to lie, but we're going to make sure when all the media swarmed over the election that we cannot be ignored. Is that right? Yeah. So we know at this moment, things aren't good. The last time we were here, in March, we were talking about the downtown east side is under siege. They're taking away our homes. They're moving into our neighborhood. They're trying to cut down our movement. They're trying to kick out our movement leaders. They're trying to kick out the poor people and the working people from the neighborhood. But one thing that I've learned is that you can evict a revolutionary, but you can't evict the revolution. We're going to keep fighting, right? That was so bad, right? That was so bad. So, on August 23rd, what we're proposing, 58 days of rage to take back 58 West Hastings. Does that sound good? We're going to talk about it today. We're going to bounce some ideas, we're going to listen to the people, and we're going to fight like hell. Is that right? We're going to bring up Lama to talk about the Our Homes Can't Wait demands now. Thanks so much for listening to me.
Give it up for Vince. Thank you, Vince. We're going to talk about our demands. We have 5 key demands. The first demand is to build 58 West Hastings as a 100% welfare and pension rate. Not 30%, 100%. Yeah. All right? All right. Second demand. We want the city to build 10 sites that it owns. And we want the city to buy the Regent Hotel and the Balmoral. All right? We also want the city to buy 105 Kiefer and build housing that people can afford. All right? Third demand. We want the city to repair single-room occupancy hotels and improve their condition. Right now, we don't like the way they are. We think that the city should actually put some money in and improve the conditions of living there. Number 4, we want dignified housing. And what that means is that we reject this 130 square feet thing they push to us. We want people to live in dignified, comfortable spaces, and we think that 500 square feet is fitting. All right? No assisted living. Yes.
Okay, please come down.
So we want these units to be self-contained with kitchen and bathroom. Number 5, we want rent-free for at least 4 years so that we can get out of this mess. And we want real rent control. What that means is that when Vince lives in a unit and he moves out, I should be able to get in and pay exactly the same amount he was paying, not $200 more.
That's right.
All right? And we want real social housing. Social housing that's dignified. We want housing where people are safe. We want housing that people can afford. Right now, people are paying way too much. And if you're on welfare, our calculations say that you're only left with $20 a month. That's criminal. For a city as expensive as Vancouver, we want all 3 levels of government to really work hard and make sure that people are living in a dignified manner, and we want welfare rates to be risen at least to $1,600 a month. That's all the 5 demands we have.
How do they sound?
Good.
Good?
All right? Let me hear what you think about those 5 demands. I'm going to turn it over to Hannah.
Hey, so real quick, we're talking about the election, right? We don't like politicians, but let's just like really quickly go through what they look like. Just so you have faces to attach to the names. We have this guy.
Okay, so the first is Kennedy Stewart. He's running as an independent, but he's actually part of the NDP. So Kennedy Stewart puts a focus on social housing. But Stewart mentions only new anti-lobbying laws, but where are his policies to enact rent control, build dignified and widespread social housing, and tax the rich homeowners?
Hey, and does anyone know what he did in Burnaby? When he's from Burnaby, do you know what's happening there?
No.
Demolitions! People getting their homes demolished so condos can be built. This guy's pretty okay with it, just FYI.
So he's pretty okay with this, but he says he's for social housing. Can we see a pattern of politicians who don't have any specific strategies to end the housing crisis and go behind our backs to demo-evict us? Either because they don't actually want to end the housing crisis so they can keep making a profit, or because they don't actually talk to communities like the downtown east side. The next one is Ian Campbell. He's running for Vision Vancouver, which is the same party that Gregor Robertson is a part of.
How do we feel about Vision?
Campbell is a hereditary chief of the Squamish Nation, but he also serves as a board member for MTS Development Corporation, which means he works for luxury real estate development. MTS's properties are valued at $1 billion. Campbell says, I think there's been a lot of work in the last 10 years around laneway houses, social, and rental housing. Do you guys agree with this?
Yes, I do.
He says, we need to continue that trajectory. It's essential we continue to build on the tangible results that Vision has created. All Campbell wants to do is continue what Vision and Robertson have been doing for Vancouver, which is nothing. Do the people want this? No! Next we have Shauna Sylvester. She's running as independent, but she is also part of Vision. Sylvester was on the board of directors for Van City Credit Union and is actually a member of Vision Vancouver. She has no real and specific strategies to end the housing crisis either. Then we have Wai Young, who's part of Coalition Vancouver. She's actually a conservative MP. Based on her one term as MP, it seems like infrastructure will be a priority, not housing. She has no housing platform at all. Next we have Hector Bremner, which is part of Yes Vancouver. He was actually part of the NPA but broke off. Bremner will likely have the support of the real estate industry. Developers and agents are salivating over his focus on increasing the supply of market housing. Bremner's stance also appeals to young city dwellers who want more of the city upzoned for multifamily projects.
Yuppies.
Like Mayor Robertson, Bremer is a darling of luxury real estate developers. Last one we have is Ken Sim, and he's part of the Nonpartisan Association. He's a longtime Vancouver businessman with a focus on supporting other local businessmen. He's pledged to channel his apparent longtime support of downtown Eastside causes by bringing, quote, real change to help our vulnerable sisters and brothers living in this city. If that's true, why does Ken Sim not support highly taxing people in expensive homes? If that's true, why does he support startup companies that will gentrify our neighborhoods and evict us? It seems like Sim is more interested in helping the rich who should pay higher taxes than everybody else and companies that want to come in and displace us. So there are your mayoral candidates, everyone.
How do they sound?
How do they sound?
What do they say about politicians? Fuck them, right? So now we're gonna start talking about 58 days of rage for 58 West Hastings. Thank you, Janelle, for that. That was amazing. Do you know what happens? We don't trust the politicians, but we trust us, right? Because we have the power to take City Hall. Is that right? Yeah. So that's what we're going to be talking about now. Nate and Flora, we're going to put it down to you guys to give us some ideas of what we can do to make 58 the first thing they think about when they enter office. Thanks, guys.
Hey everyone. Okay, so the idea is between now and the election, we have 58 days starting on the 23rd. So in 3 days.
August.
Oh, starting on August 23rd. Sorry. So that's a good thing. It gives us more time. All right. So before then, there's going to be an action on the 2nd, because that's the 2-year anniversary when the promise was signed. But right now, what we want to do is kind of, in addition to that, we want to throw out some ideas, think of some things to do in those 58 days.
Can I just give a little bit more on August 2nd?
Yeah.
Because I think it's,
So,
that's interesting.
yeah,
So on August 2nd, which is what, 2 weeks, is the second anniversary of the meeting we had in this room where the community, through concerted pressure and also because there was a tent city on 58 West Hastings at that time, forced the mayor to sign that promise. So we want to mark that anniversary in a way that's, and this is an action that's mainly intended to organize people in the community and bring us together and make us stronger for the coming actions that we're going to take against the city. But the plan is to meet out here at Main and Hastings and to march down to 58 and onto the lot and to have a picnic, barbecue, kind of community discussion there. Also, there's folks who are doing a Poor People's Walk, so it's actually starting in Victoria on the 25th, and they're doing 10 days of a Poor People's Walk around Victoria. And then they're crossing over and meeting up with folks from the Lower Mainland on the 1st in Surrey. And there's a group of us who are going to be walking in from Surrey over the course of 2 days. And we're going to end up at the rally here at Main and Hastings as our kind of end point for the walk and join in with the downtown East Side community. But I think also people from the Poor People's Walk want to camp out on 58 that night because they're from Victoria, they're going to stay over. So we'll have a symbolic camp out and claiming of that site. I think it's important to keep going back there to remind ourselves that that doesn't belong to Gregor, it doesn't belong to the Chinatown Foundation, it doesn't belong to the province, it belongs to the community, and we're the ones who are going to decide what gets built there. So August 2nd is going to be an important moment to go back to that site and remember that that's ours.
Okay, so after that action, then a couple weeks, then we start on August 23rd with this 58 days for 58. I want to preface this with so we have half an hour right now, or 45 minutes, to have this discussion, so everyone can make suggestions. We're going to try to keep the speaker's time limit, so you might get cut off. Don't take it personally.
Laura's going to hold the floor. She's going to yell at
Yeah, if you go too long, you gotta meet the rat on the floor, and that's not a good thing. Okay, so first of all, I see groups and I see individuals. So with this 58 days for 58, I think about it in terms of ideas that you have, but also things that your own groups can take on. So I see African Descent Group, I see Rent Tenants Union, I see SRO Collaborative, Toro, I see Chinatown Concern Group, I see Pivot, I see Wars, I see Vandu, I see BTU, I see a lot of groups. So, and I see a lot of representatives in the room. I see the Alliance Against Displacement, right? So think about this in terms of what can you bring back to your group, and what can your group take on as an action for the 58 days. So without further ado, let's start this brainstorm session. Does anyone have any hot tips, hot ideas?